Hello, family, and welcome back to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I appreciate you coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's topic is funny story. Okay, and my support scripture for this is Acts chapter 28, verse 6, and it reads, "How about they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly. But after they had looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god." Okay, I say this is a funny story, but before I jump all the way into it, the background of this scripture is Paul was, I think, stranded on the island of Malta. And he was gathering woods because the weather was bad. And when he went to put the wood on the fire, I guess a snake had coiled up on his hand, but Paul had shook it off. And the people thought that the snake had bit him. And they said that he was this and he was that. And eventually, he would fall down dead because of the snake. But after such time, they looked at him and, he wasn't swollen. He didn't fall dead. And they saw no harm come to him. And I say it's a funny story because now I'm looking around at the analytics associated with the videos that I've been doing. And when I put in there that I'm broke or I have a problem or things are bad and something to that nature, those videos get a lot of views. And so as I do these videos, I try to put something like that in the title so that I can push God's message a little bit more. Because you think about it, only message I'm giving out is how God has blessed us here, how God has strengthened us here. And yeah, don't let me, make you think that, sometimes we don't hit a rough patch or sometimes we don't have hurdles, but God gets us through those hurdles. And I don't sit here and dwell on, I don't sit here and dwell on the things that, I can't control. God is allowing us to be here in this country without family, and we are thriving for the most part because we have food, shelter, and water. So what else could I ever ask for when God is providing these things, and so at the end of the day, I say this is a funny story, because we, that come from that Western mindset, we look for the bad before we look for the good. Most people go look at a scary movie before they look at a romance movie. So think about it, right? They don't want to see the happy ending. They rather see some tragedy along with it. We are like TNT. We love drama. And, what kind of mindset is that where we look for those kind of things? And people, like I say, it's not all peaches and cream, but it is very minimal things that throw us off course here. And we get hung up and we get delays and we get things of that nature. But, that's just what life is. You have those same things that happen in America. But, I'm here to share that you can go out on faith. You can go out on faith. If a person like me can go out on faith, come here, start a business with my family, and then continue to provide for them what God provides for me, you can do the same thing. I don't want anybody to be fearful of what God has for them. Now, God called me to this. And how did God call me? Because I was in His Word daily, for the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, just deep into His Word, reading, allowing His Spirit, to just be with me, trying to keep myself from those things that were not of God as much as humanly possible, trying to trying to censor what I watched, censor what I heard, censor the people that I was around, kind of removing myself from all of that type of foolishness. And so, once I did all that, this is God speaking to me and telling me, hey, it's time to leave America and go here, specifically here. And I know, people are looking from America, from Europe, from wherever they're looking from, and they're trying to see, when is the snake going to bite him? When is he going to fall down dead? And I'm not, because of God's strength and God's power, they're looking at it like, wow, hey, this guy has a lot of faith. I want you to have that same type of faith. If you say I have faith, I want you to have the same type of faith, because the Most High God that I serve is most likely the Most High God you serve. If you serve God at all. This ain't for everybody. So if you're not, tuned into his spirit, you're not trying to walk in his path, this ain't for you, because when times get hard, you will blame your poor decision making, or you will blame somebody for your failures and not take accountability. And the best thing about this life that I'm living right now is that I'm accountable when I'm following God, I'm not following God. And when I'm not following God, I usually stump my toe or bump my head and make errors. And so people, again, life is for living, not existing, and not struggling the whole way through it. It's okay to struggle, because God didn't say it was going to be easy. But if you don't have any joy in it, you have to figure out what it is that God is telling you about your situation. That I don't supposed to have joy each and every day of my life. That's just like having marriage. You're not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be Cinderella or something each and every day. But you have those hurdles, and when you have them, it builds character between the two people. It makes the bond stronger between the two people. When you get married, when you get a new job, when you go and take this journey to Africa, people are going to look at you, and then they're going to wonder, when is this going to fall down dead? Instead of looking at you and saying, hey, I'm proud of them. How can I help support them? How can I help encourage them? So this is the life we live, family. And, these are just my thoughts this morning. I appreciate you for coming along. And as always, enjoy the journey.